Be me. In a suburbs. Single lane road, red light. Old dude in front of me just chilling. Light turns green. He does not move. Car comes from opposite direction. Alright, he's probably just waiting for this dude. Car passes. Old guy throws his turn signal on but doesn't turn. I honk my horn at him again. He throws his hands up as the light changes. Light is green again. I give him 5 seconds before I beep at him again. He flips me off, starts yelling out the window. I can't go around him because lol, not a nigger who disobeys road laws and not about to drive through someone's driveway. Light cycles again, green again. I beep at him again. He immediately jumps out and starts walking towards my car. I open the door and step out. He stops, starts mouthing off. I keep telling him to get back in his car and drive, there wouldn't be an issue if he was paying attention. He dives back into his car and pulls a knife. Starts walking towards me. I draw on him. He stops instantly. Threatens to call the police. Dives back into his car and drives off. Chief is my neighbor by about 6 houses. He comes over for a beer and asks what happened. I tell him. We chuckle, he tells me he has no idea who the dude was. The house next to where my car was caught the whole thing on their Ring doorbell, which they brought to the station a few days later. Chief eventually tells me that the dude was trying to press charges for something, but stopped when they told him everything was on video. Be me. Enlist in Republic Starfleet at the beginning of the Humans Azul War after the burning of Asimov. My uncle died protecting the colony, and I want fucking vengeance. Get trained as crew chief on T-12 Valkyrie armed transport. Train on the XM-7 Autogos HMG that the fleet is considering replacing their current HMG with. No recoil, zero noise, super light and pretty cool, even if you have to recharge with a fusion pack every 25 shots. Get to unit. No XM-7s, and we're about to deploy on a combat drop to liberate Asimov after the Zazul Herich's 3rd and 7th fleets were shattered. Get ordered to load the deuce. Thefikista.jpg. Get directed to an old metal box that looks like it's been around since fucking 1970. Mention how old it looks. Get a weird look and told yeah, it's actually that old. Fucking 300 years what? Open the box and try to grab the gun with one hand like we could with the XM7. Doesn't budge at all. Grab it with both hands and have to use all my strength to pick it up while everyone gets a kick out of watching. Eventually load it up, get shown how to load it and how to fire. Notice scratch marks all over, take closer look. Sicily, Normandy, Incheon, Saigon, Hugh Grenada, Panama, Kuwait, Baghdad, Fallujah, Kandahar, Moscow, Pyongyang, Shanghai, Beijing, Mars, New Confederacy and Sagan. Fuck does that mean? Action stations alarms go off. Mobile infantry come running up. Notice they're not using the new XM94, but instead the M4A7E1 carbine that everyone learns to at least shoot. What is with all the old shit? Gravity disappears and I maglock myself into position and rack the bolt on the M2HBA3. Several minutes later, gravity returns as we enter atmosphere. Pilot tells me we're 2 minutes from contact. Target-rich environment, Zazul in open, fire at will. Door opens, infantry jump out, and I see my first target. It's time for vengeance. Not a LARP, not fan faction. Be me. Live in a low-rise apartment building, a nice one. Many people are probably 6-figure earners or close to it, not the hood, always clean and quiet and most people are nice. Like 7 o'clock in the morning, I usually don't wake up until 9 or so. Hear pounding that wakes me up, wonder what's going on in another apartment. Keep hearing it. Realize it's my front door. Offic.jpg. Wondering if it's the cops, why, someone from the leasing office management needing access to the app, a burglar trying to break in, or what? It was not just polite neighborly knocks, it was angry I know you're in there, open the door knocks. Look through peephole and see my neighbor was always nice guy and never said anything aggressive or angry towards me or anyone else. Open the door cautiously. Tells me he's hearing people fighting, wondering if it's coming from my apt. My wife and I were literally asleep. He's done this once before, and I think he thought he was being a good guy by breaking up a domestic dispute. Brings me into his place next door to the air duct, where he's been hearing the noises fighting. We hear nothing, and he seems annoyed that I'm not hearing it. See smashed TV and absolutely destroyed laptop in his apt, holishit.gif, Try not to say anything about it, but also want to GTFO ASAP, because it feels like I might be in the presence of someone in full school shooter mode. Go back to my apt, lock the door. He comes back after a minute or two and starts beating on it again, and starts trying to pick the lock open the deadbolt with a screwdriver. Ofic.png. Responded to the situation reasonably. Removed yourself from a risky situation non-violently. Aggressor attempted to further escalate the situation after. Notified police and prepared for a worst-case scenario. Only willing to fire if the situation became a serious threat to your safety. Situation was de-escalated by officials and no one was harmed. Turned out they were. A literal schizo and will be taken in to get psychiatric help for their condition. Don't think you could have handled the situation any better than that, walked away with a best-case scenario due to your reasonable response and remaining clear-headed throughout the ordeal. The deadbolt probably helped, but remaining level-headed and refusing to respond with lethal force, unless things became a truly life-or-death situation, means he's going to get the help he needs, and you didn't have to shoot anyone. I know people joke about blowing away intruders, but lethal force is a last resort, and your restraint in its application is commendable. Very well done, you handled a risky situation exceptionally well. Be me. Osfag. About 2 a.m., still up playing Tarkov. Hear someone scream oh. Like a howl almost, but very clearly a man screaming. Thought it was prob some fucking druggie on the road. Then I hear it in the fucking house. Very clearly echoing down the hallway. Grab my cold steel Spetsnaz shovel I have in my room and venture out into the hallway. Brother comes out his room too with a cricket bat, says he heard it too. Run down to the other end of the house where the parents sleep, they're older and not as readily able to defend themselves. Their door is open, but we can see them, sleeping. They're fine. Check all the doors and windows in the house. All locked, unbroken and untouched. Check the garage. Empty and the doors are closed. Spooked the fuck out the rest of the night. Parents never heard shit and brother, and I never really talked about it ever again, but I think it spooked him out pretty bad too, since he bought a walking cane with an iron head about a week later. How do you maintain a state of readiness without being paranoid when it comes to preparing for home invasions? Story time. Be me last night. 1:45 a.m. in the morning. Getting ready to go to bed after playing video all night. Hop in the bathroom to take a shower. Hear the sound of footsteps in the alleyway behind the bathroom. Definitely sounds like a person. Peek out the window. See an outline figure in a dark jacket shuffling around back there. Porch light goes on, so I know I'm not just seeing things, but whoever it is no longer in view. Immediately throw clothes on and open my gun safe. No good reason for anyone to be back there at this hour, but too urban of an environment to go skulking around with a long gun, so I decide not to go out there and investigate. Lock doors, bring my guitar into my room, the only thing I'd even consider using deadly force to prevent from being stolen. Move Mossberg 500 right by my nightstand, not the exact one in the pic but identical except with a light in the side saddle. Slowly go to sleep. Have a dream that someone sticks at M16A2 with an M203 through my window, breaking the glass. Wake up ready for war, but don't grab my shotgun yet. Realize I'm a fucking retard for reacting that way to a dream that's stupid. Be me. Have 8 inches of fucking neck. Constantly bullied as a kid. Finally grow up and find a hobby I really enjoy. Shoot on my family's land for years and enjoy every second of it. Figure I'd try a range about 30 minutes away. Take my PTR to go ring some steel. Right when I enter, some boomer seriously looks at my rifle and laughs at me, calling us both abominations. Asks me if I tried hanging myself, but my body was too heavy for my neck. Instantly start crying and leave. I seriously don't fucking fit in anywhere. I know my neck is long, I've dealt with that my whole life. But is my rifle really that bad? Very close to the capabilities of what US submarines could do at the time. Old fag here. I worked at Honeywell at the time Hunt for Red October came out. Be me. Bring book to work. Boss sees it. You'll need to lock that up in the secure documents safe at your desk. Me, why, boss, you'll see. Reading at lunch.mov. Holy shit. Into the safe the book went. Word around the campfire is that Clancy would hang out at bars favored by submariners and listen. Haven't looked in a while, but some of the stuff he got right, or guessed right, was still classified last time I looked. Captcha, 2DDPD the double D police, sign me up. Are they a meme? I'll tell you a story from my service. Be me. Have buddy. Fighting the Iraqi Afghanists in the war in Iraq-Afghanistan of 200x shooting the terrorist civilians' CIA assets. Friend trips over and bangs his funny bone. Uchi wochi elbow hurty, he said. Terrorist civilian CIA asset shoots him in the head while he's crying. He dies. Shoulder pads would have saved his life. Be me. Local government doesn't want me due to record. Felony isn't violent at all. Sees a legitimate opportunity elsewhere. Edgelords on K tell me not to take that opportunity, note. Only the edgelords, not the actually decent members of K.